just what I was getting into. Knocking on the door of your hotel room with nothing but a jacket and some fuck me shoes. I knew it was on. I heard you say, ah, ooh, gaga. I knew you were gonna tear your way into me like a present on Christmas Day. I know all about the consequence of getting into bed with you. My heart is saying I don't need that shit, but all of my body is saying I do. Babe, I think that you might be the best drug in Tennessee. I don't care.
Hello, welcome to Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And I would throw my shoe, but I don't even have any. Because I'm at the beach. I'm in my little beach house, and more on that soon. Let's find out. Okay, fix that up. So let me just fix a few things, and then I'm gonna talk to you. Hi, Steven. Hello, Javier. Hello, little bit. Hello. John Dimmer's music. Au gaga. Hello, Orphan Couture. Hello, Holly Lovell. Welcome. I love Holly Lovell songs, you guys. Okay, I'm just fixing one more little thing. One more silly little thing I'm going to fix. Yep. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah. Fixing this. Just talk amongst yourselves. Fast, if you're watching this in olden time, fast forward like, 2 minutes from now. Oh, man. We're just cleaning it up. Just cleaning it up. Oh well, whatever. All right. I give up. Why? Because it does not thrill me. I made a kale smoothie for dinner. See this? Beach house. Why am I in a beach house, you ask? Well, it is the first ever Beyond Bars advanced course that I have come here to teach. So Beyond Bars is a 2-week program, in case you didn't know, that I developed in partnership with the Cultural Arts Alliance of Walton County after I played Waiting at the 30A Songwriters Festival for Jennifer Steele. And it's been just the coolest thing. I did it. I came and did 4 residencies before the 5th one ended up being a training. That training ended up training a bunch of songwriters I hold dear who came back and did their own residencies, including Dave and Anna Bournet, who have guested on Married to Monday multiple times. And so what's really great is that the CAA always they always just go above and beyond on the lodging. So I'm on 30A Santa Rosa Beach, ish. I'm closer to the bay, but the beach is about 10 minutes. And they have put me in a lovely beach house all by myself, which is great. And in the morning, I will get up at about 7, do my reflective practices, prepare my class, go and meet Sammy Acola, another songwriter who's down here who's assisting me on my program this time. And then we'll drive about 40 minutes north to Defuniak, to the prison. I believe it's north. And we will have day 2 because today was day 1. So I've been doing that thing where I've been going to the, you know, like the most caged, sort of restrictive, sort of colorless, sort of, you know, imprisoned environment, literally, and then ping-ponging down to the wide open sea, and experiencing that contrast for myself and doing a lot of the inner, it always makes me feel quite existential. I always ask myself these large questions. I always question, like, where I'm at in relationship to my own gratitude for this life experience we're living, which I do have some gratitude to share with you guys today. So let's see. Hi, Steven. No Insta yet. Is it back? Why does this stupid comment always show up? I want this comment to go away. I want to figure this out. Can I add it to the block list? Maybe that. Alrighty. So let's see. Orphan Couture, Holly Level. I've been in the sun. Does it look that I am? Probably does. Yes, Kale. Hello, Cannon Kennard. Hello, Goose Factory Love. Hello, Wade. Thanks for joining. Okay, Insta is good. All right, great. Okay, so because I got to get up early, and y'all know I don't love that, I am going to get right into it today, okay? So something old. I want to read you, let's do this one. Let's do Cycles of Old. So this is going to be a Beyond Bars themed live stream tonight. So in my something old, the reason why I want to do this is because in my very first residency ever, I had a young lad named Jumar. He was quite young, actually. He had been incarcerated as a teenager, and it was maybe after a lesson, I gave them all a bunch of lessons, and then they wrote songs, and then I would help them sort of kick their, clean up their songs to make them more clear, and to see, like, how to strengthen the songs. So this was after a lesson on how to change the meaning of a chorus, right? Where the chorus stays the same or mostly stays the same, and then the words in the verse change the meaning of course, lyrics. So I'm gonna sing this to you as best I remember it, because I, in fact, besides Jumar and anyone else who may have memorized the tune, I'm the only living record of it. So this is Cycles of Old for Something Old, for Married to Monday, Destination Wedding Edition, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. All right, here we go. The lies I repeat inside my head, dumb, stupid, not good enough. The lies I believe for so many years, this is the truth I was worthy of. Cycles of old, lies he told to me, words on repeat, turn into beliefs. Now I repeat inside my head, royal, witty, more than enough. These words I believe with all my heart, this is the truth I am worthy of.
cycles of old I no longer believe, 'cause the cycle broke once God spoke to me. Cycles of old, the truth he spoke to me. Words on repeat turn into beliefs. Jumar Henry. I do have media releases for these things, but you know how it is over here on Married to Monday. It's just us. It's just me and you, Steven, I think. Oh, hi, Look Monday. Hello, Eric Balky. Hey, everybody, come on in. Okay, so how he did that was the first verse. He realized after doing this free write that we do, where they write 20 pages, right? And he was upset a little bit about the assignment. I remember he was kind of the only one who was really struggling with it, because I was like, you guys are gonna, you're gonna free write 20 pages. Like, your hand will hurt, but you're used to pain, you can do it. And he came into class the next day, and he was like, I had a breakthrough. His eyes were like wide, and he was like, I never done anything like that before. And it was around page 17, after I had been writing these thoughts in his head that were so negative and critical of himself. And by the time he got to page 17, he realized it was the voice of his father. And so the first verse is about the lies his father told him about himself. And then he, in the second verse, he changed it to his new father, the Father of God, and how the words on repeat turn into beliefs. So it's like words on repeat turn into beliefs, whether they're negative or whether they're positive. And that was a pretty powerful song. I wish that you could hear him sing it, because his voice is really amazing. So that was Jumar Henry from, we didn't put a date on it, but this would have been January 2023, or maybe October. Anyways, I don't believe in time like Mariah Carey, so I saw her in an interview, and she doesn't celebrate a birthday. She doesn't have one. Love that. If Diesel's here, he will tell you that I hate my birthday. Okay, so that is what is up with that. Okay. And now we're gonna move right on to something new. So today, I was gonna have them do, so Beyond Bars, like the class, the training that I do down here at Walton Correctional, the 2-week program tends to be pretty intense. So for the some of the guys have taken it, like some of them are OGs and they've taken all 7, and I wanted them to have, to be able to use the tools, but not to be so heavy. And so today I had everybody write a children's song, and it was just so fun. They were so up for it. Their kids' songs were great. They're absolutely so creative. And I meant to get one of them, or to collect their writings from them, have somebody make me a copy. But it didn't happen, so maybe next Monday you'll get to hear one of the kids' songs. I'm sure we're going to have lots of songs. And Sammy Acola is going to be my special guest next Monday. So, wow, this is a pretty light Married to Monday tonight. But that's all right. Okay, I think we've got Steven over here on something. And, oh, is the chat blocked, perhaps? Well, I don't know. Oh, I can show it on the stream. Okay, cool. All right, well, for whatever it's worth, so for something new, I am going to do a day at the beach, because when I did the program,
I think it was the third time I was here, somebody got stabbed, in prison, like they do. And the prison went on lockdown for 3 days. So I was like, oh, okay. This is a perfect time to put myself through my own program. So I went down to the beach. Some of you have heard this story before. I walked back and forth. And I would be like, why don't I feel more grateful for all that I have? And then I sort of like wrote myself as I walked, because the way that I write is to like balance the brain hemispheres, like right foot, left foot. And then somehow my thoughts come into place, and I write that way. I mean, I put pen to paper a lot, but I also sing as I walk. And so I'll come up with words, and then those words will sort of toggle back and forth between words and melodies. And I will write the song that way, just sort of like piecing it together, just sort of like bringing it down from the ether. And then I will go to my guitar and find the chords that I would need. And that was how I learned to play guitar. That was how I taught myself to do it, because I had committed myself to words and melodies first that were so airtight. That's why I have so many fucking words in my songs. But anyway, so that sounds pretty good. So when I wrote A Day at the Beach, I realized that I had come to a new relationship with thankfulness and gratitude. I guess these words that had sort of become maybe trite or cliche, or just sort of like lost a little bit of their meaning. They're just like, there's something in them that denote like, you should be this, you should feel this, and if you don't, ooh, thank you so much, Steven, for your $1 absolutely so appreciated. As you know, you are the baller of the mauler, and I am gonna address that later. Okay, you're the best. Thank you so much. So when I wrote A Day at the Beach, so much of them is in this song. Like, they kind of taught me this perspective, because they are like, not every day, we have good days and bad days, but they are like, they have, like, if you want to find someone grateful, go to prison. Talk to a man in prison. Like, they have a completely different relationship to life itself. Not all men in prison, but certainly the ones who have like chosen to, evolve spiritually past their physical circumstances is absolutely incredible. So there's a lot of them in this, and I think they taught me this. This song is called, as I said, A Day at the Beach. And because all the Something New songs are songs that I want you to tell me if you would like to hear on the next record, then go ahead and weigh in on that. Why do I always hate leaving the water? Am I part fish? Could it be part of the reason I don't fit in? It would explain the drinking. I do like to swim. How much evolution stands between me and the kind of person who comes to the sea for the answers? They simply ask and get cured of their cancer, if you believe that. They're one pair of footprints here in the sand. They're of my own making, I'm certain of that. But the tide is determined to come and hold on to my hand. How does the ocean expect me to feel when it takes out the castle I'm trying to build? I know it was small, but
7. Lovers are making up time with each other, and the time to take in the sunset. I don't know how, I think I can outrun it before it goes down. There are one pair of footprints here in the sand, they're of my own making. I'm certain of that, but the tide is determined to come and hold on to my hand. How does the ocean expect me to feel when it takes out the castle I'm trying to build? I know it was small, but I gave all that I had. But how many passengers on the Titanic wish they had been traveling on something more average? Maybe there is a God, and all of my losses are part of a plan. Teach me to be where I am, where I already am. If every grain of sand became a pearl, there wouldn't be a beach left on the earth. Maybe there is a God somewhere, and all my losses are part of a plan. Teach me to love what I am, what I already am. Why do I always hate leaving the water? Thank you. That was a day at the beach. Welcome to Married to Monday, Destination Wedding. I'm playing you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. That was my submission tonight for something new, even though I wrote that like probably a year and a half ago. But it will be new one day when it's released, and it can't be released without your support. So you have to tell me if you like it. But could you put the comment on Facebook, Steven? Because I'm not sure the chat is working anymore, because I think I blocked it on accident. Let's see who's over here. Oh wow, hello David Mansfield, if you're still here. Thanks for so much for tuning in. Everybody who tunes in gets oh hey, thanks one cute moose, I so appreciate that. Oh cool. Oh Anna, we got some baller dollars from Anna. Which Anna is that? I must know. Not sure. I am not sure what's happening right now. But thank you so much for your baller dollars, Anna. If you are Anna Purdy, thank you so much, Anna Purdy. Can't stop listening to Love It. Oh gosh, that makes me so happy to hear. There's nothing like putting a record out and then feeling like you spent years and years and years writing the tunes, and then you put them out, and it went like, and then all of a sudden there's all this new music for everyone to listen to. Hello, Scary Lawyer, welcome. Thank you so much, Detailed Dr. Inc. And thank you, Anna Purdy, for your baller dollars, and thank you very much, Steven. You're right, I do need new beat shoes to throw. It's just hard to wear shoes down here. I could throw something else. Maybe I'll throw one of these oranges later when I really start feeling it. So let me just check these restream comments really quick.
Okay, cool. Hello, Lone Rose. Anna is lone. Great. Okay, so it is working over here. Thank you so much for your comments over here. And your $1 are really helping me. You're really helping me get that gas in the car to get up to the prison tomorrow. So, okay, so for something borrowed, I would love to, there was a man in my second class, and his name is Curtis Richardson, and he was had one of the most creative minds, and he actually wrote some very incredible songs. But remember how I was telling you I had them do 20 pages of free write? There was a portion of his free write that really blew me away. And they don't what I have them do is I'll have them write 20 pages, and then I'll have them pick their favorite things, their favorite lines. It used to be like descriptive lines, or lines that I used to have them pick out descriptors, but now I have them pick out lines that they think are cool, because not everybody needs to be a descriptive writer. Some people just, write more conversationally. So for me, it's more interesting in what's truthful. So if you wrote something that you think is cool or resonates with you when you read it back, if it doesn't make you cringe, which is usually what my free writes do, then circle that, right? So first I have them do circle all the things they think are cool, and then I have them whittle it down to 10, and then I have them pick their top 5, and then I have them pick one word. And that word, whatever their subconscious reveals to them as being the most important word, and the 20 pages of free writing ends up becoming the title that they write from. Well, this was all of the things in his free write that he liked. So this isn't a song per se, but it's called Voices in My Head. I'll tell you, sometimes I feel like I've been beamed up into another dimension. And I still don't understand why space exploration is getting all this attention. I mean, do they really think there's probably other life out there? And they might find something while they're in the middle of nowhere? Whatever the case may be, I am starting to think they are really up to something else. And God only knows what, but no matter what they do, they still won't save themselves. Even if they discover something out there and decide to leave the planet Earth, it would all be for nothing, and I'm just telling you the honest truth for all it's worth. So before you all pack up your things and just bug the hell out, can you tell me with complete certainty, without any ifs, buts, or doubt? Because they keep questioning me, and I don't know what it's all about. Perhaps my next question is probably going to be just to blow your mind. I mean, do you think there's some type of aliens out there that they're trying to find? Or are they just being crash dummies sitting there suspended in time? What was that? What was that? Now you're telling me you didn't just hear something? Because I'm quite sure I'm not going crazy, and I didn't hear nothing. I guess I must have slipped and hit my head from when I was just a little kid, and I still can't even explain how I really got here or what I actually did. So I'll just look in the phone book and find that emergency hotline number to call before I start losing my scruples, or out of nowhere I just lose it all. Wait a minute. Can we at least talk about this? I don't need medicine or to gain that, or to go in that room. Okay, keep in mind this man is in prison where they're constantly putting you in lockup to execute some power play. Wait a minute. Can we at least talk about this? I don't need no medicine or to go in that room. I could have sworn I just saw an asteroid crush the ground with a very loud boom. You better leave me alone before I go snap, crackle, pop and send you straight to the moon. By the way, have anyone seen my little buddy Chim Chim? Because I have looked everywhere and I still can't find him. Oh, hell nah. I don't think somebody's been sleeping in my bed. Hey, I think somebody's been sleeping in my bed. Hey, can I have everyone's attention because I can't find my needle and thread? And if you turn around and ask me, what was it that I just said? I wouldn't even remember because of the voices in my head. This is what it's like to slowly lose your mind. I mean, I think he'd been down, I know he was transferred, but down, I mean, he's definitely in his 60s. And then by the time I went back to the next class, I was hoping Curtis Richardson would be in class, but he had been transferred to another facility. Really, really great writer. I mean, I've got to publish this somewhere and help find him and help him publish this. This is just, like, what's a better way to show than tell that you're going crazy than to ask if anybody's seen your little buddy Chim Chim, And it's like, I mean, what's so amazing about it is that he's like, who's the crazy one, me or you? Because it starts with this amazing metaphor about, like, they think, like, space explorations, getting all this, like, you're telling me that you could put a man on the moon, or you believe in aliens, yet I'm the crazy one. Also, just the juxtaposition of, is there life out there? Like, it's dense piece of work. I think maybe I will read this to them tomorrow before I ask them. Hide chat overlay. Undo. Let's see. Did anyone have anything to say about that? Let's look and see. It causes psychosis and schizophrenia? Absolutely. Oh, totally. The drugs, medicines, and points, same. They put on. Yes, no, absolutely. Because a rip in time space continuum book face is slow. Oh, sure. Yeah, it is. But yeah, it's also it's the multiverse now, isn't it? So yes, Janovio. I know they're going in prisons. They're going back to the first generation drugs now, which is like Depakote. Like the drugs that. They have they have so much more advances in medicine now, but they're going to put them on the first generation drugs, which is essentially going to sedate the entire population. It's abuse. Like the first drugs that they had my brother on, he couldn't hold his head up. It made him sleep and made him nauseous and. Yeah, and like here it goes. Here it's the drugs and medicines and poison, same that they put them on them, make them, crazy. I mean, I don't know how we get well. I'm on some drugs too. I was just thinking about. Well, I want to talk to you guys about human design. Also, I should mention that this week is new moon in Virgo, and that's pretty much all that's going on in the sky is new moon in Virgo, which moon likes to be in Virgo, I think. But so get your ducks in a row this week, because September is going to be like bang, 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 like lots of quantum leaping. So just, the astrological forecast that I'll slip right in here between something borrowed and something blue is to do your taxes. Okay? If they're due in October. And clean out your drawers and update your systems, and don't like be too hard on yourself if you're doing that and you're not going to your parties. Parties are for September. Let's just see who's talking to me over here. Hey, Lindsay Pritchett. Hi, Dan. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Nick Norton. Summer Rose, 1998. Hello. This is Deb. Met you in Durango when you showed up for Cody. Oh, yay. Hey, cool. Deb! You're my friend Deb that we met at the end and changed info? What is so crazy that I'm talking? This is so crazy that I'm talking about the prison things tonight. Wow. The synchronicity is unreal. Well, thanks, One Cute Moose. Thanks for tuning in. So you guys, feel free to send me your baller dollars. I am not doing baller dollar ditties tonight because I've got to get up really early and go to the prison. Also, baller dollar ditties were really, we just like, you guys need to tell me, should I keep doing these baller dollar ditties? What if I come up with something better? Because they're just getting so bad, you know? And Dan and I, who, by the way, Dan was here a second ago. Chime out if you're still here. I will, Deb. I will reach out. We should talk about this because I'm down here doing the program right now. Well, I have you at One Cute Moose, so I know how to reach you there. Oh yeah, emails. I just haven't, that's the problem, is that I haven't put my emails, I haven't updated my emailing list since the tour. But I'm gonna get there. Baller dollar ditties are otherworldly. Steven, tell me, should I keep doing baller dollar ditties? Should I do like 3, like, you know, I could select 3 so that we all aren't here until 10 o'clock every night as more ditties come? Hello, Kinsey Wood. Hello, Jedediah. That's like my favorite name, Jedediah. Sorry to call y'all out. This is Married to Monday where I call you out. You've been busy. Yeah. It's been, I have actually been quite busy, and I'm going to be busy when I get back too. So, but Steven, tell me, if I switched out baller dollar ditties for something else that was cool, like maybe I could do a tarot card reading or read your fortune, or I don't know, I'm coming up with some other things, but would you really miss the baller dollar ditties? Because the goal is for more people to feel encouraged. They should not be overdone. Less is more. I'm so glad you told me that, because I fully agree. And also, Catherine, like, really deserves a baller dollar ditty tonight. So I'm just going to, let's not and say we did, eh? Hey, has anybody seen John? Doesn't look like John is here. Oh, how sad. I don't like it when John doesn't come. Doesn't look like Diesel's here either. And it doesn't look like Mary's here. So maybe it is for parties. They could be an occasional surprise. That's true. Mm-hmm. Well, I will figure out something to incentivize the baller dollars, because I think the baller dollar ditties are being, I think they're unincentivizing the folks at home. Definitely Wade is unincentivized. Hello, Curious Goldfish Podcast. You guys, is it Curious Goldfish? Yeah, it is. We have a podcast coming out. I'm looking for it. Yeah, here it is. Yes. Okay, you guys. So Jason English is down in this area, this part of the world. Jason, sorry, I'm slut energy tonight. No, not tonight. She was here earlier? Oh, good. Was it because I went on and then went off? Whoa, this just... Ditties, of course, when Danny's here. Oh, for sure. I think when I have guest artists, I need to make them definitely do the ditties, because they're just like shocked when I tell them that they have to make up songs about people they don't know. It's funny. Actually, no, Jason. So you guys got to check out his Curious Goldfish podcast, and we had a chat, which was very, what would you say? Well, it just was like, interesting stuff came up, and we got really real. So y'all should tune into that and listen to that. I'll post it when it comes up. So the reason why we are not, episode coming out soon, we don't know when, but soon. So are you are you in Georgia or are you? Yeah, you are, right? Are you in Georgia? Wide ranging. I don't know why I had you. Maybe it was because of the goldfish thing. I just thought, oh, Florida. But no, Georgia. Right? Tell me Atlanta. Oh, great. Oh, good to know. Okay, cool. So, I'm actually down here, and I think I may have told you this just via text that I was coming down here to do the prison thing, so I cannot take any slut energies into prison. Although last week, the whole episode, well, actually, it was the week before that where the whole episode was actually a tribute to, I needed to blow off some steam from some just some slut shaming I've been receiving for really not being a slut at all, and I declared August 8th National Slut Appreciation Day, but it was also Mary's birthday, and so I decided to go ahead and make it August 9th is National Slut Appreciation Day, just in case Mary didn't want to share her birthday with National Slut Appreciation Day. Anyway, I'm just trying to balance the scales a little bit. But this is Married to Monday, where I play you something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And I have been doing mostly the inmates, songs that the inmates have written in my classes. And so I'm going to have a whole bunch of new songs at the end of the advanced course. Today we just had day one, and I've got Sammy Acola assisting me, so she's going to be here next week to do something to be my guest artist, and I'm sure we're going to have lots of things to share. Let me just get over here to restream. Hello, Sunshine. Just wanted you to know I was here. Hi, Aunt Judy. Thanks. That fills my heart. Thanks for letting me know you're here. Do you come to these? Sorry, I was just talking about Slut Appreciation Day. It's an inside joke. But yeah, but then again, just this inside joke I have with my 8 friends and the whole internet. It's really, what are you gonna do? Don't you love it when your family tunes in right when you're saying those things? Mine too. Oh, good. Cool. Well, actually, this is going to be a little heavy. Let me just go ahead and prepare you, Aunt Judy. So I do something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. This is, well, almost all the songs are borrowed tonight. But there's this thing that's been happening, which is a bit of a phenomenon in this class. And I wanted to read Midnight Song, which is one of the saddest songs I've ever heard. It's funny because I have them, they can go by their actual name or they can go by their, all the inmates have, sort of like their prison handle, but I call them their stage names. And it's just funny because you're like, well, why is your name Third? And he's like, oh, because this is my 3rd time down. Or why is your name Joker? Why is your name Cheese? Oh, because I'm always smiling. And you're like, why is your name Midnight? And he just looks at me like, because his skin is so dark, So he's one of the sweetest, most gentle souls. And he's not the first to write a song like this, but I don't censor them because I don't believe in it. So I don't believe that you can heal things unless you can bring them up, shine light on them, almost like a scab won't heal if it doesn't get oxygen, sunlight, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of, I just think that they have to, if they just tell everybody what they want to hear and they don't actually work out their trauma, then that just stays dormant, and ultimately that just gets you, again. And I don't think we need to be creating in corrections facilities more people who know how to mask and look good and sort of go through the motions and pass their parole boards and then go back out and reoffend. And so for me, I guess it's because it's fun. I guess it's just because, the things that really eat me up, it was happening today, eventually it will become a song, right? That's why I don't have a lot of happy songs, or I have a lot of songs that are super tongue-in-cheek, because I needed to make it funny. I needed to make, like, my sexual abuse funny, right? I needed to make, there's a joke in every song. Like, I needed to somehow create a way for me to process it. And maybe, I think there is actually a clinical term for someone like me who uses humor as a way to deflect, but it's a step, right? Like, it's a step into the process of dealing and metabolizing a thing, right? So that it's not, like, even unconsciously influencing or governing all of my choices, decisions, actions. So when Midnight came with this song, and we do this thing where we take them through the program. The songs sort of write themselves now through the program, and the second week we workshop it, and I'll have a little one-on-one while I'll ask them. And when I saw this song, it was just so tremendously heartbreaking because it was so catchy. And again, the title was Jam. So this was his word. Once he went through his 20 pages of free writing and then picked one thing he liked from every page and then put that 20, whittled that down to 10, then selected the top 5, and then selected one word. His word was jam. And so the double meaning of that is that he's in a jam, and also this is his jam. And I can't remember I remember the chorus was so catchy that I remember that. Also, I remember he couldn't carry a tune very well, but it was so powerful to use his voice. So I'm going to go ahead and read you his song. She's a mother of 3 and will do anything for them. He has the mind of a king, and he loved to discipline. The oldest was a young girl, then came a young man, followed by a little boy who just didn't understand. His chorus is, how can you touch the one you love and then act like you wasn't the one? This is my jam. As the years passed, I still hold on to the memories I know now was wrong. She was a mother of 3, didn't know what was going on. It was a secret I done kept for so long. I didn't understand the things that he was doing growing up so young. It is so confusing. How can you touch the ones you love and then act like you wasn't the one? This is my jam. As the years passed, I still hold on to the memories I know now was wrong. So he wrote a song about being molested. Actually, I believe it was the molestation of his sister that he witnessed. But it did start a trend of a lot of guys writing songs about their childhood molestation, which is incredibly brave, especially in prison, because that can make you a target for, like, other inmates to, it can make you a target for them. It makes you vulnerable. So it's like, to be vulnerable in prison is not typically a very popular thing to do. But in this class, by the time I had the 5th class, they were just coming forward with it. And it was, I do a whole lesson on, like, Harriet Tubman and how, when they did the She wrote the songs for the Underground Railroad, how, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. That song was so that the slaves would start singing it, and they would know to get into the river to wash the scent off of them, because so the dogs couldn't smell them, so they would get off the track. So, anyway, I could be much more eloquent in that if I had actually refreshed my mind, but that is the general gist. So I teach them this in the first class that I do, because it's like, express yourself, but not all songs are going to be appropriate to sing in the chapel. Not all songs are going to be don't make yourself a target. And I remember having this conversation with Midnight where I was like, are you sure that you want that? I gave him the choice, right? Like, I can help you rewrite this in a way where it isn't as clear. How can you touch the one you love and then act like you wasn't the one? This is my jam. Which I was like, damn, that is a jam. I've got some things that still plague me 43 years later, 40 some odd, and it is a jam. And what better thing to do than to turn it into a jam? Because it is such a good jam. How can you touch the ones you love? This is my jam. And hearing him sing it, and he had said he was like, I feel, we don't have, me and Midnight do not have the same socioeconomic background at all. Very different life experiences, very different ethnicities. I could not have had a more human connection with a person who was telling me, he was like, I feel that if I could write this and sing it and get up and sing it, that I would have relief. And he did perform it at the final concert, and it was incredible to see this group of men rally around to support him and to sing along with him. And I am gonna cry because I don't actually know. I would never, I don't like to tout this as a healing program. I know that people do. They call it a healing songwriting program. Even the guys do it. I don't think of it that way because I don't know. I don't really know about healing. I don't feel healed. I do feel that healing is a byproduct of great art. I think that it has to happen that way. And so if the goal is great art, or if the goal is writing the best song that you can, and the goal is finding your deeper truth and peeling back those layers, then the healing will be the byproduct of that. I feel like it can't. And then it was really good for me to bring in the other songwriters like Phoebe Hunt, who helped me develop the program and the teacher training, who has the total other ideology. She says healing is great art is the byproduct of healing. Who cares? I just think, for me, I have to trick myself into this. And somehow he made something he could love out of that horrible trauma. So it's blue. And it's also great. So this has been Married to Monday. I'm Caitlin Cannon. You've been at my destination wedding because I'm down here in Walton County, where I'm doing a Beyond Bars class. It's the first one I've come to teach in almost a year. And we're doing an advanced class, and today they all wrote children's songs, and tomorrow they're going to all write commissary jingles, and I'm just throwing a bunch of really fun stuff at them because it doesn't always have to be so heavy. So that was something. You Phoebe dynamic duo. Thanks, Lindsay. I know. That was to stop the recidivism comments. Are they having any recidivism comments? Because I didn't see any. But that happens. One cute moose, the hook songs. Oh, hello, the hook songs. Hey, if anybody in Nashville is if anyone in Nashville is listening, we are going to be doing The Hook is a new show. It's kind of like an internet show, like a YouTube show, but it's going to have like an actual camera crew and things. And it's sort of an unofficial collab with Saving Country Music because The Hook is its own thing. But we're collaborating on a show where songwriters are going to get up and perform their songs, and then there's going to be a commentary that follows, and it's going to be something new and something cool. So it's not really a show, but it's going to be cool, and it's going to be fun and funny, and it's really to give a platform to songs that are good and stop saying everything's good maybe when it's not super good. So and just to sort of meet the songwriters behind that. What did you say, Jedediah? Brutal, and good on him for being open enough to write that, I know. And then they started coming, even more, started coming, like I have some really incredible songs, and it just, the thing that is a little bit overwhelming about it is that there is a bit of an endemic problem with childhood sexual abuse, and it's way too taboo for men to talk about. And so for them to be able to allow themselves to express things and then still treat them with respect, like the respect that they need to as they are men, I don't know how else you get the cycle to stop, because otherwise, there has to be a way to, I don't know, like, I stopped drinking. Half of my family is burdened with alcoholism. It might be the only thing I ever do in my life that really matters, but it's like, how do you stop a cycle? Well, it's like, it's taken me I've had like 3 or so very significant relapses. Like, it's not easy to change cycles, especially when an entire society tells you that you can't change that. So I think that this is sort of the first step, and it is pretty overwhelming. And of course they aren't all like that, but they're they want to be heard, and they want to share it with their families and open it up to their families and things, and it's actually pretty advanced. I don't think I have the balls to do it. Fun and funny. I don't know what you're talking about, TPL, but I'm not sure that this episode of Married to Money has been very funny. Let's see who we got over here. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I'm going to save Baller-Dollar-Ditties tonight because I do have to get up early and go to the prison. And it's 9, and I'm supposed to end at 9 anyway. So this has been something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. We didn't even need to throw our shoe. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your $1 Thank you for supporting Married to Monday. And tune in next week. I'm going to have Sammy Acola. Oh, The Hook. Yes, of course. Fun and funny. I'm going to have Sammy Acola as my special guest. And we will have, it's probably going to be another Beyond Bars dedicated. We're going to have more stories from the inside to share. So, would you like me to tell you a secret? Are you ready? Oh yeah, I was going to tell you that story about the banana. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you that story about the banana and how banana